Dodge Dart, the underdog that became a legend. Imagine the 1960s, a time when America was obsessed with going faster, reaching farther, and living louder. Into this gloriously audacious era came the Dodge Dart, a car that was as unassuming as it was revolutionary. Launched in 1960, the Dart was Dodge's attempt to cater to the growing demand for compact cars. But as with all great underdog stories, the Dart didn't just fulfill expectations, it shattered them. The first iteration of the Dart was rather like a sheep in sheep's clothing. It featured an economical design, lacking the muscle and finesse that came later. It was offered with a choice of a slant-six engine or a small V8. The idea was to provide a practical, budget-friendly vehicle for everyday Americans. Essentially, it was a car for people who didn't really like cars. But as the 1960s progressed, someone at Dodge must have thought, why not inject a bit of madness into this? And so, they did. By the mid-60s, the Dart morphed into a muscle car contender. The 1967 Dart GTs came roaring onto the scene with a 383 cubic inch V8 engine, capable of producing a heart-racing 280 horsepower. It had grown fangs and wasn't afraid to show them. The real turning point, however, came with the introduction of the Dart Swinger 340. Now, here was a car with a mission to show the world that good things really can come in small packages. Packing a 5.6-liter V8 engine with around 275 horsepower, the Swinger 340 was lightweight, nimble, and meaner than a sack full of angry cats. It delivered blistering acceleration and cornered like a go-kart on amphetamines. On the exterior, the Dart became bolder, flaunting aggressive lines, scooped hoods, and racing stripes. It looked fast even when parked, like a sprinter coiled and ready to explode off the starting blocks. Inside, it was a mix of practicality and muscle car charm. Bucket seats, a straightforward dashboard, and that unmistakable pistol grip shifter. It didn't just drive, it communicated with you. Driving a Dart was akin to riding a wild stallion. The car was lighter than most of its muscle-bound rivals, which made it an absolute terror at the drag strip. The handling? Oh, let's say it was spirited. It had a tendency to understeer like a shopping trolley with a broken wheel when pushed too hard into corners, but that was part of the fun. Fuel economy was, predictably, laughable. But when your right foot gets to control a symphony of roaring pistons, you don't really care. This car wasn't designed for efficiency, it was built for fun, for thrills, and for making an unforgettable entrance. It roared, it spat, and it left a trail of burnt rubber and envious glances in its wake. The Dart even earned its share of pop culture credits, appearing in movies and TV shows, and becoming a beloved favorite at car shows and drag strips. It was the epitome of the scrappy underdog, punching well above its weight and proving that you didn't need to be the biggest to be the best. So why is the Dodge Dart still revered today? Because it's a testament to what can happen when you marry practicality with a dash of insanity. It's an ode to an age of automotive experimentation, when car manufacturers had the gall to try something different. The Dart wasn't just a car, it was a revolution on wheels. To sum it up, here's to the Dodge Dart, the little car that could and did in spectacular fashion. It may not have the glamour of a Corvette or the brute force of a Charger, but in its own way, it was a legend, a symbol of what happens when you dare to be different, and just occasionally throw caution to the wind. If tales of underdog triumphs and roaring engines get your gears going, smash that like button. Subscribe to Atoacons and join us as we celebrate legends like the Dodge Dart. Buckle up, hit subscribe, and let's ride through automotive history together.